Here we are back in Keto Naturopath Kitchen, and today I'm making a 7-layer dip. I keto-fied it because a normal 7-layer dip has refried beans. We don't do refried beans. So I have a 7-layer dip that we're gonna make today. I used to have it a lot pre-keto. It's great for summer barbecues. It's great for football games. And anytime, actually. I have an 8x8 pan here. Hopefully it's going to be big enough. And I will give you amounts, but this is something you really don't have to be careful about your measurements. So I have a pound of ground beef that I cooked up yesterday with some salt, pepper, and some taco seasoning. I make my own taco seasoning that does not have any sugar or bad ingredients in it. So I'll post a link to that. So first layer, instead of refried beans, we have ground beef. Hopefully I'm going to have enough room for all of my 7 layers, and it's nice to put it in a see-through glass dish so you can actually see all of the 7 layers. I'm thinking I might take a little bit of this out just to make sure. I could have used a bigger pan, but whatever. To that, we add sour cream. How much? I don't know. You just top it with sour cream. A layer of sour cream. And yes, we are normally dairy-free, but maybe you could find dairy-free sour cream. I don't know. I have made sour cream from coconut milk before. I'll link that in the description as well, in case you are dairy-free. And on top of that, you put about 1/2 cup of guacamole. I usually make my own guacamole, but I bought some. This is clean ingredients, pretty much just avocados, lemon juice, but I make a great guacamole. And I'll also put a link to that. Try to get it spread evenly. On top of that, you put about 4 to 8 ounces of grated cheese. I'm having a hard time. If we do dairy, we usually do goat's or sheep's cheese. So I bought some goat Colby Jack that I grated myself. Cheese that's already been grated has a lot of fillers and carbs in it, so it's better to grate your own. I use a box grater to grate my cheese. And again, just put as much as you want. This is probably 4 ounces and not 8 ounces, even though I grated 8 ounces. On top of that, you have 1/2 cup of diced tomatoes. It's best to use Roma tomatoes, or these are actually cherry tomatoes, ones that don't have a lot of juice in them, because you don't want a lot of juice in this, especially if you make it ahead of time and it sits around. And on top of that, you have 1/3 cup of diced onions. Again, just put on as much as you want or as little as you want. If you don't like onions, put less. If you like more onions, put more. I love red onions, so that's enough of that. And then I'm also going to add some diced jalapenos. Our jalapenos are coming in our garden. So actually this is about 1/2 jalapeno. I seeded it because the seeds are where the heat is, and I don't necessarily want to eat seeds. So I'm just going to dice this up. As I say, this is the first jalapeno from our garden, so I really don't know how hot this is, but if it's hot, be careful of your fingers. And then the final layer is some sliced black olives. I bought a small can of sliced black olives so I would not have to slice them myself. Again, as much or as little as you want. In my recipe, I will have specific amounts, but again, this is something that you just put in what you want. You're not going to eat the whole recipe, so macros will be hard to determine. So here it is, and I'll show you how we eat it. So now we're going to dig in. Some of my favorite things to dip with are pork rinds, sliced cucumber, and my focaccia bread. So I will put a link to how to make the focaccia bread. It's really good. First, I'm going to try dipping in with a pork rind. And you want all the layers. So you can dip in like this. Oh, look at that. And you can see all the layers. And I'm going to enjoy this. Mmm. Mmm. Mmm, 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 mmm. Oh, that is so good. Maybe an easier way is to put some on a plate and dip in that way. Let me try it again. Mm. Mm. That is really good. And this is something you can take to any party, cookout, and you don't have to say it's keto. Everybody will love it. This is actually an 8-layer dip because I have jalapenos on it. You can add other things. One thing I thought about doing and I didn't do for this one, crumbled bacon pieces. Now that would be amazing. So enjoy your 7-layer dip.